What is up, Mile High Horseman? This is your lead horseman, Corwin, and welcome to the Mile High Horseman post-game show. I got my co-host with me,
Turbo Days.
and we have our special guest, Katie. Say hi.
What up?
And what are we going to be talking about tonight, Jared, on tonight's post-game show?
Well, we're gonna have a recap of the 31-24 Broncos victory game, and we're gonna talk about all the subjects and topics about the game, about Roby, who ended the game successfully for us to get the win. Demarius Thomas. We're gonna talk about Monte Ball, Nate Irving, Julius Thomas. Andrew Luck keeping things alive for his team, even though we were up, 24-0. Missed tackles, all the weird plays, and many other things to talk about on this episode. We have a whole long list of subjects to talk about.
Okay, let's first talk about like a little recap of tonight's game. First off, it was going great in the first half. Broncos were dominating. Offense was on fire. Defense was playing really physical. And then we go into the second half up. But see, here's the thing. This is the kind of thing that killed their momentum a little bit is when the Colts scored before the half. We were up, I believe it was 24-7 at the end of the half. So they still had a little bit of hope left in them. So, going back into the locker room, and then the second half comes, and the Broncos just started falling apart. A lot of shitty play calling, a lot of conservative play calling. Some really, like I said, really, really bad play calling. Some wasted opportunities. The defense started giving up a lot. But what was your take on this game, Jared?
Well, yeah, first half was absolutely going well. 24-0. Andrew Luck's touchdown. It was pretty amazing. Him running into get a touchdown. I thought it was kind of BS. I thought it was at the 1 yard line and not the I think he hit the pylon at the same time he hit the out of bounds line. But whatever, they probably would have got the touchdown anyways. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that gave him a little hope after the game, after the first half. But I was happy seeing only 7 points given up to in Indianapolis for the first half. I mean, it could have been way more points than just 7. So 24-7 after the first half is something. I mean, if we could do that every game, I'd be really happy about it. But I thought the defense did pretty well off and on. There were some issues. We'll get into that later. Manning, we can get into it also. He wasn't really on top of his game like sometimes. I mean, sometimes he's just on like crazy, but there was times where he wasn't the perfect or whatever. He still did the job for us, no doubt about it. And but he does deserve some criticism a little bit, not too much, but we got the W, so that's my short little recap into it, and we'll get into more details later on in the show.
So, Katie, what was your overall view of this game?
Well, I mean, at the beginning, the first half, I was, jumping up and down. I was all excited. And then it just seemed, I mean, okay, so we got this awesome new defense that we spent so much money on. And then we're doing the same stuff that we were doing last year. We're up by all these points, and it's just like we give up. We can't be doing that. But other than that, I mean, I think we're. I don't think that Manning and I don't think they're going to let this happen again. They're definitely going to review the tapes. They're going to look at things, see what they did wrong. And yeah, I agree. I think Manning was a little bit emotional. He had some emotion running through him in this game too. It definitely wasn't his best performance, but I don't see that. I mean, I'm not troubled by it.
When you say emotional, do you think he longs to be back in Indianapolis? I'm just joking. Was he crying? Was he crying to come back to Indy?
No, I don't think. I mean, I definitely think. I mean, especially after the way he stuck up for Wes Walker. There's definitely a bond that he's formed with the Broncos. So I don't. I mean, sure, yeah, Indianapolis is his team, and everybody says, that's probably where he'll retire. But I mean, he played with them. That's where his career started. So
Yeah,
he's
I just wanted to ask that question since you said he was still emotional after, with the second return of with this Broncos Colts matchup or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So there was some good things about this game, and there were some bad things, and we'll get into it in later parts of the show.
So yeah, like overall, like my final grade for this game. First half, well, I'm going to split it to two. First half, I'm going to give it an A plus. They did pretty good, but second half, I'll give them a generous C minus. I mean, like I said, it was they made some good stops, but there was also some really 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 bad play calling, like I said, and there was some wasted opportunities.
Definitely. All right, we'll go into the first topic. We'll be talking about some players. Brandon Roby. He's the rookie. He took on Reggie Wayne this game. How did you think he did? He sealed the deal for us.
Oh, he had a good game. I mean, like I said, and just like you said, he ended the game for us. It ended up being the last batted down pass that ended up winning us the game. It was looking a little scary right there, man. I'm gonna tell you what. But yeah, it was thanks to him that the secondary ended up stepping up and getting this W.
Yeah, he was the first pick in our draft this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yeah, from Ohio State, and from what I seen on his videos of him when he was with Ohio State, I absolutely hate the Ohio State Buckeyes, but that's besides the point. They really did. Picking him up was really good. I was really happy with getting a corner in the first pick in the draft for us. So he's right now he's already paying dividends. I mean, just think he played against Reggie Wayne, who is, some people were saying that he was going to be a probable Hall of Famer. I don't know if he'll make the Hall of Fame, but he is definitely a veteran, Pro Bowler, and you just took him out. And as a rookie, your first NFL game, that's unbelievable. So, and it reminds me of Kayvon Webster taking on Des Bryant last year. I thought that was unfair to have him match up with Des Bryant as a rookie. So, big props to Brandon Roby for helping us out. He was definitely a big part of the defense this game. So,
Katie, what was your overall thoughts of Brandon Roby tonight?
I honestly was impressed. I didn't know what to expect, him coming in. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to just echo off what Jared's saying. He definitely saved us in the end there, because I was sweating.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it.
I think we could all agree on that one.
Yeah, well, I didn't want it, like we were talking about. We didn't want it to turn out like New England last year, where we were up, fucking 24-0 or 31-0, and we lose it. I didn't want to see that the first game of the season, because everything was going well, one way at one point. So. All right, we'll get into the next topic. We're going to talk about Demaryius Thomas and the drop passes that he had. What was your take on that, Adrian and Katie?
Well, first off, let me say that did not look like the Demaryius Thomas that we're used to seeing. I mean, tonight it looked like he had hands of lead. There was some easily he could have easily caught some of those balls that were thrown toward him. Maybe some of them may have been overthrown, but still, Demaryius Thomas has got to catch those balls, man. And I think he only had like one reception tonight.
It says I don't even believe this, but it says 4 receptions for 48 yards.
Yeah.
I think that's being generous. And just think if you had him for fantasy football.
Oh, dude,
he was one of the first picks for fantasy football. The first round at least. So there you go, right there. So.
Yeah, man. I feel sorry for whoever has DT on their fantasy team. He didn't score him very many points tonight.
I thought that he had a lot of drop pass. He had a couple drop passes. It wasn't really like him. He's always for some reason, some of the hardest catches that he makes is it looks so easy to him, but he dropped a lot of them. I was kind of surprised by that, especially a home opener or whatever you want, the first game, regular season game, you know. So usually you want to make a big impression on everybody, all your fans and everything. So
you want to definitely make an impact. You know, like you said, you know, during the first game of the season, you want to make an impact, and DT did not make an impact tonight. But yeah, so it is what it is. But what was your take on it, Katie?
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's not. It wasn't the normal Demaryius Thomas that we see. I mean, they just ranked him 17th best offensive player in the NFL, and so I mean.
Actually, he's supposed to get a contract pretty soon. So if he does things like this, he might get a lower deal. You know, we might get him for cheaper if he keeps up doing this. You know, so.
And if that's the case, then he's definitely going to sign somewhere else, and that sucks because I just bought his jersey not too long ago. So.
Once you think that he would go to another team for bigger money if he starts doing well, you know, but if he sucks, then the money could, you know, the contract could go down.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. But DT, hopefully you do better next game. So let's talk about a positive individual tonight, and that was Monte Ball. What did you think of Monte Ball tonight?
Oh, dude, he stepped up big time, man. I think we were talking about it a few times in a few previous shows that I don't know if we're really sold on him yet. He had a bit of a fumbling problem last year, you know. So, you know, I wasn't really sure. I was a little iffy about him starting tonight, but, you know, he did good, man. He had a good game. There was some really, really nice carries by him. I seen that he ran into a brick wall and he just cut to the outside and ran for like 5 or 6 yards. That was a really good move. So yeah, I'm sold on him. I think that he stepped up. I think he's improved a lot from last year.
Yeah. What'd you think, Katie, on Monte Ball?
Yeah, I mean, I kept hearing all this stuff, you know, during the off season. You know, Monte Ball's ready. He's ready to step up, and you know, like Adrian and you, I mean, I had my doubts. You know, I mean, last year he just could not hold on to the ball. And but tonight I was really impressed. I was happy, and so my faith is I'm still, you know, still the first game, so I gotta see, you know, I still want to feel it out a little bit, but I have more confidence in him than I did when they let Moreno go, for sure.
Yeah, everyone, like, I remember, like, Willis McGahee, you know, everyone's like, crap, we let go Willis McGahee, and then, which I was one of them, and then Moreno stepped up, and now we got rid of Moreno, and now it's Monte Ball stepping up, so it's kind of awkward seeing it like that, but, yeah, Monte Ball, man. Yeah, what'd you want to say?
Oh, no, never mind. Well, I was going to say, like, you know, I've mentioned this a few times before, and I'll mention it one more time, and I'll shut the fuck up about it. But Noshawn Moreno, he stepped up big time when he needed to when Willis McGahee got hurt in 2012. Now he's gone. Monte Ball is stepping up, and I hope he keeps it up. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I absolutely loved what I seen out of Monte Ball. The runs were really good. Actually, C.J. Anderson was in the game a little bit too, which was kind of nice. I thought it said that Ronnie Hillman on the depth chart was their backup, but C.J. Anderson played a little bit to this game, and he got 4 rushes for 27 yards. So, yeah, if they keep playing like they have this, you know, like this game, I'm looking forward to it. So,
you know, but
no
one
fumbles.
thing is, I was kind of disappointed we didn't see Juwan Thompson, man. I would have loved to see him in there, you know, for a couple carries and, you know, see what he plays like in an actual game environment, you know. But, you know, that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I would have liked to see him in there for a couple carries.
Yeah, that pissed me off a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, if we're showing C.J. Anderson, who's supposedly the fourth pick, you know, the fourth in the depth chart, then why aren't we seeing Juwan Thompson? You know, Juwan Thompson, I think he could lay out some freaking players, and why not try him out? I mean, he could be brutal, you know. In my opinion, Juwan Thompson should have been the backup for Monte Ball, in my opinion. So, He's proven himself in preseason. I'm sorry, I know preseason and regular season are two different things, but he showed up in preseason. So Monte Ball absolutely did great. No doubt about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing him next week. So, all right, what do you want to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I definitely think though that he knows that he needs to step up too, because I mean, he's he's stepping into some big shoes. So I just hope he keeps going the way he's going, and if he does, I think we're golden.
Yeah, I think he knows what big shoes he has to fill. I think he played at Wisconsin, and the limelight's usually on him and stuff. So I think he's played pretty professional. He's been very professional. And then we were talking about him and fumbles. I thought you were talking about Ronnie Hillman last year. That's one person now I almost have no faith in him. Like, I know he had a good preseason supposedly, but I'm not. I don't think I'll ever be sold on Ronnie Hillman ever again. So
No.
Monte Ball, yeah, he was a rookie last year, so I can give him all the slack in the world for. So okay, well, we'll get into the next topic. Julius Thomas got 3 touchdowns within the first half. What did you guys think of that?
Oh, dude, that was beautiful. I mean, fuck! Son of a bitch. Shit, dude. I gotta edit that part out. I fucking burnt myself with my fucking cigarette.
Okay. Why are you playing with cigarettes during the show? Okay. Oh, this is where that webcam would have been nice.
Yeah, for real. Like, that would have been edited right into the blooper reel, man. Like, shit. All right, let me try this again. Yeah, let me try this again.
I'll ask the question again, so it'll be a little bit easier. All right. Okay, Adrian, what did you think about Julius Thomas and him getting 3 touchdowns within the first half?
Oh, dude, he was looking sharp. I mean, like, I was just going crazy, just kind of like what Katie was saying. I was looked like kind of like what she said in the chat. I was feeling like a little kid on Christmas. I was going crazy, and he had a really good performance, man.
I think Eric Decker, he had the last 3 touchdown performance last year.
Yeah, it was against Baltimore, right?
Yeah, something like that. I thought it might have been Kansas. Yeah, you're probably right on that one. I was thinking Kansas City, maybe, possibly. I forget. It's hard to keep track. So that was absolutely awesome, and especially for a tight end. That never happens really. So, and then I think he beat Shannon Sharp's touchdown record last year, which was like he had to get like 10, and he got like 11 or 12. So he might just beat his record if he keeps going like this. For the franchise history at least, single season franchise history, most touchdowns for a tight end this year. So when I'm comparing him with Shannon Sharp, that's some serious talk. So I'm sorry, he is like a second version of Shannon Sharp almost. I mean, I know I'm gonna say Shannon Sharp's the better person, no doubt about it, to Julius Thomas, but Julius Thomas is one hell of a tight end and one of the best in the league, I have to say now. I mean, he's right there with Rob Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham, Tony Gonzalez when he was, good or whatever. He's probably he's still playing, I think. I
think he retired last year.
Did he finally retire? Well, he was supposed to be. Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off topic. But anyways, Julius Thomas, 3 touchdowns. That's absolutely great. That was the best part of the. There was one catch. This game that was really easy for him. You see that one catch where all he had to do was pretty much just catch it. There was no one even touching him or anywhere close.
Yeah,
I mean, that was kind of just a gimme one, but what did you think of Julius Thomas and his ability this game, Katie?
Man, I was jumping up and down, screaming. I was like so happy. I mean, this honestly, like the first quarter of this game was just amazing. I mean, that's the level that we need to keep it at, and with his touchdowns, I was just like, oh my gosh, 3 touchdowns, we are on fire. And I mean, it was, oh man, it was just so amazing. I was like, yeah, like I was little kid on Christmas, man, shaking, jumping up and down. It was just awesome.
And then let's get into the next person, Emmanuel Sanders. What did you guys think of Emmanuel Sanders, Adrian?
Oh my God, dude! For his first game with the Broncos in the regular season, dude, he looked amazing, dude. He made some really good catches. He has some really nice footwork, man. He's still a stud. I was very impressed with him.
Yeah, what did you think, Katie, about Emmanuel Sanders?
That catch was just beautiful. Coming in, it really shows how far we're coming and where we're gonna take this team this year. I think.
Yeah, he's like someone said he's like a Percy Harvin. I completely agree with that. He has the speed like Percy Harvin, if not better. I seen him with Pittsburgh. Past few years, I don't know why I keep track of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I remember like Steel Legends when we were in the YouTube, the YouTube TTC thing. We got into contact with a Steelers fan, and I would follow some of the Steeler players a little bit, because they had a pretty good wide receiving core with Mike Wallace, and Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown. Mike Wallace went to Dolphins, but now Emmanuel Sanders, we have him. I knew the video on him, and I knew he was going to be really good for us from the get-go, and he's done everything and more from after the videos I've seen of him. He's doing exactly what I was hoping for, catching the long balls. He stretches for the catches. He can't catch all of them, like we're going to talk about in the upcoming subjects, but he was kicking ass in the preseason as well. He was doing absolutely awesome in the preseason. I was kind of surprised we didn't see Cody Latimer this game. I might be wrong. I thought Cody Latimer could have maybe played a little bit instead of like Andre Caldwell or whatever. I know he's a rookie, but anyways, Emmanuel Sanders did absolutely great, and I'm looking forward to more plays with him. I might need to start getting his jersey, so I know.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big seller for Denver Broncos team store. So, all right, we'll go into Andrew Luck keeping things alive for his team. We should probably talk about how good of a quarterback he is, and the onside kick that kept things alive. What'd you think, Adrian?
Well, first off, I got to give credit's due, man. Andrew Luck is a great quarterback. I said it in my video earlier on Friday that he's a good quarterback and it won't be easy. So, even when the things all look lost for him, man, they can stay alive. And Andrew Luck was really tearing it up. But, yeah, man, we ended up getting this W, but it wasn't easy because of Andrew Luck.
Yeah, what'd you think, Katie, of the Andrew Luck keeping things alive for his team in the second half?
Well, I mean, it definitely shows the difference between quarterbacks. Andrew Luck coming in, and then you've got like Drew Brees and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Andrew Luck can run the ball, and he's not afraid to go for it, and so it just shows you a different generation of quarterbacks that are coming in and how that's going to play out. And as much as I don't like to say this, yeah, he's a good quarterback. I think he'll take the Colts far. I don't want to see him again, but just kidding.
Yeah, if we have to see him in the playoffs, I mean, so be it, But
right.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I think he's good. I think he's gonna do good with the Colts, and definitely he kept things going on their side and threw us a few surprises.
Yeah, like it reminds me of last year's playoff game where they beat the Chiefs, and they brought that back up on the television, but they were down like, what was it, like 24 or 28 points or something, and they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, that was hilarious, laughing at the Chief fans or whatever, but yeah, I was very surprised by that. Andrew Luck, I seen him when he played for Arizona State, and I got to see Brock Osweiler play in one game, Arizona State versus Stanford, and I seen there was a big throw that he threw, and I was absolutely stunned by it. The guy he's a leader totally. If there's someone to take over for Peyton Manning, it's him for the Colts. I mean, absolutely. He gets pissed off too. He's hungry to win, and he passes really good too. Like his throws were very accurate this game, and it was the wide receiver that was making the bad catches or the drop passes. It wasn't Andrew Luck a lot of the time, and he keeps plays alive. You know, you think you almost have him, but then he'll freaking pass it to the freaking or hand it off to the running back, and then the running back almost gets a touchdown.
So can we agree that the Colts just they just dove in that 2011 season just so they could get Andrew Luck?
Oh crap! Well, gosh, I'm trying to think how they had a shitty season, and I forget who even their quarterback was with the Colts when they lost so many games to get that pick or whatever. It did look like they were like pretty much losing on purpose almost.
Yeah, dude, because this is the thing. I mean, I think I've said this a few times before, but I don't think I've said it here on the show. But what I think they did is I think they knew that Peyton Manning wasn't going to be playing for the Colts anymore, so they just lost as many games as they possibly could without going 0-16 because they went 1-15 that year, and they wanted a really good quarterback to replace Peyton Manning. So that's why I think that they got Andrew Luck, is because they just dove that 2011 season.
Maybe they actually tried, but they sucked so bad at it that they, even as much as all the effort that they put in to trying to win the games, it still wasn't enough to get W's or whatever. So no. I'm not sure. What do you think, Katie, about the Indianapolis losing on purpose, if that's what you want to call it?
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, it's definitely after all the stuff I've seen going on in the NFL in the past couple of years, nothing surprises me. It absolutely would not surprise me if they did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got Reggie Wayne already, and you all you were trying to get is a quarterback because you got T.Y. Hilton, and now you have a Hakeem Nicks, which I was very surprised that they didn't. It wasn't. Well, it could have been very much closer if we wouldn't have stopped him on the goal line and all that. But we'll get into that in the next topic. So. What do you guys think of the goal line stands getting to, in the red zone and holding Andrew Luck and the Colts from getting any points?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, when the defense needed to step up, they stepped up big time in the red zone. I mean, it was looking like because I think they went for it on 4th and goal, didn't they?
Yeah, on the
they
one.
Went for it on 4th and goal, and it was so close, dude, but they ended up stopping them right at the 1-yard line, dude. Like, the Broncos up front in the red zone were really, really tough tonight. They saved the game in those situations.
Yeah, what'd you think, Katie, on the goal line?
Those are the situations that give me a heart attack. Like, I have to step away and breathe because, oh, man, we let that happen so much, but... and I was hoping that with our defense this year that, we wouldn't let the teams get down that far. So that's definitely something we need to work on. But, yeah, they definitely absolutely stepped up when they needed to, and that was awesome, some of the...
Yeah, I think, I'm cool. Just like with Manning especially, I think it's great that... as long as we give them field goals, that's okay with me because Manning gets touchdowns or whatever. I like doing the trade-off. I like doing the trade-off all the time. Now, as long as we're giving Andrew Luck field goals, that's fine. We'll be able to most likely win the game. But it's great. It's great to get him on the goal line and be able to smother him. And Andrew Luck got nailed by like three players on the Broncos defense. That he got smothered a number of times.
He did get sacked a couple times. Yeah, he did get sacked a few times.
Well, NFL, someone I don't know, I was watching it earlier today. They were predicting he was going to get sacked 6 times tonight.
No.
I thought that was too high.
Well, that was their bold predictions. That was their bold predictions. So I don't know how many times did he actually end up getting sacked.
I think it was like 3 times.
Yeah, 3 or
Yeah.
4 times or something like that would be my guess. Yeah, yeah. He well, and then but what was kind of weird was there was no pressure after in the second half. He was protected like nothing. He had lots of time to throw it to everybody. Like the second half, I don't know. They were taking Von Miller out in and out. They said he's not 100% like. Or he's not going to get as many plays in during that football game. They said he's not going to be on every single down or whatever. They were going to put him in here and there because of that torn ACL that he had last season. So I thought he was going to play every single play, but I was wrong. So with that, yeah. Anyways, they did really good on the goal line and from points. Getting 8 points from those. Actually, if they would have got the points from that, they probably would have won against us. So it was close. It was a lot closer than what the score says. So. What did you think about some of the weird plays that went on during the game, like the onside kick that went their way, and then like Hakeem Nicks, the ball went out of Hakeem Nicks' hand, and then he was able to just grab the ball, able to get a touchdown. And then there was the weird run to the sideline that the guy didn't go out of bounds at all. They didn't push him out, and the Bronco defenders, and he was able to go all the way down for the touchdown. There was some really bizarre plays that game, and then there was that one where Andrew Luck just at the very last second handed the ball to the running back, and then he almost got a touchdown, but luckily they blew the whistle to end it. So, what did you think of some of those plays?
Well, let me first start off by saying about that play that you were just talking about, where they stopped his forward progress. I think that was actually the 4th and goal play, wasn't it?
Yeah, close. I think it might be. It might have been.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was because I remember like his own player stripped the ball from him. And he ended up going. But the thing is that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you busy? I'm sorry, we're gonna have to edit this part out.
That's
sorry, no. My dad was like yelling at me, and I'm like, shh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can go back into that. I already talked about the thing, so also I should talk about the special. There was that special play where the ball got stripped by Julius Thomas. He got stripped or whatever, and then it almost went into 3 Colts players' hands, and then it went to Andre Caldwell, who was able to recover the fumble.
Yeah.
That was a bad play. That was really close too. So. What did you think about those plays that were very strange and bizarre?
There were definitely some weird plays in this game. Like I was saying, I think, like I said, I'm not going to be 100% sure on this one, but I think that was the 4th and goal stand where Andrew Luck, his forward progress was stopped, and they just happened to blow the whistle, but his own player stripped him, and he ran it in to the end zone, but they said it was a dead ball because they stopped his forward progress. But that was definitely a weird play. What else?
The one where the guy's knee hit the ground, but they didn't call it, and the guy went all the way down for the touchdown.
Yeah, on the punt return, his knee was down. I didn't see it live. I wasn't too sure. And then the special teams coverage just was completely blown, and he ran it all the way back. But on the how every single scoring play is reviewed, so they saw that his knee was down. They called him down right there, but it was definitely another weird play. Also, it was another weird play from the Broncos was and it was not really much of a weird play, but it was more of a trick play, but it was a really good one, was that double reverse, the razzle-dazzle, as I like to call it. That was a really, really nice play. I like that.
Yeah, with Emmanuel Sanders, that's probably going to be a common thing pretty much now. So that's good to have a player like that, definitely. There was a lot of weird plays, and that one with Julius Thomas where he got stripped, and then the Colts almost got the ball back, but it went to Andre Caldwell. Luckily it went his way, and man, that scared me. That almost gave me a little heart attack.
Shit in my pants, dude. I was so close. I was like, oh my god, no fucking way, this can't be happening. And then like you said, Andre Caldwell, he was heads up on that, and he jumped right on it, man. But man, I almost shit my pants on that play.
Yeah. for sure.
Yeah, here. I got to talk about my fantasy thing. My predicament this whole game. Okay. I'm like leading. I was leading, and now I'm down like a half a point. Whoop-de frickin' do from Brandon Perna from That's Good Broncos, and he has Andre Caldwell. So here I am, almost not wanting Andre Caldwell to do good because I want to win this week, and he had some drop passes himself, and that would have helped the Broncos out, and now I'm losing by like a half a point, but I got Calvin Johnson, so I should be able to get the win this week. So, yeah, it was kind of awkward having to. I was almost wanting to root against him not to catch or not be that good, getting any touchdown passes or whatever. But anyways, that's a side story. We're gonna go to the bad play calling and Manning overall as a quarterback tonight. What did you guys think of Manning overall and the weird play calling, Adrian?
Well, like I said, the first half everything was going good. There was really good play calling, but when we went into the second half up by, I believe it was like 28 points, or no,
17,
17 points.
Yes.
We went into the locker room up by 17 points. And then here comes the conservative play calling. I mean, a lot of runs, running the ball in third down. That was a stupid play. And then late in the ball game, you're up by 7 points. You're up by a touchdown, and you're throwing the ball. They have no timeouts left. All you got to do is just get a first down. You'll win the game. But you're throwing the ball, incomplete passes, and that stops the fucking clock. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, I get that definitely. What'd you think, Katie, about the play calling, or something? Was it good? Was it like not so good, or so-so?
I'm gonna go. It's we have to be more assertive and aggressive at times. Just going off what Adrian said. I mean, exactly. I can't even say it better. I mean, I don't. It's like, what are you guys doing? I mean, we can't. I don't know. I just get so frustrated sometimes with that kind of stuff. And I mean, I don't know why. That's the one thing I liked about Mike Shanahan is, he definitely was more aggressive on the play calls. As far as our coaches now, sometimes they're just so it's like they're so conservative and they just want to hold back, and I have no idea why. I mean, we can't be doing that if we're gonna go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of run plays, especially when you have like Peyton Manning. So
Right.
I try to take advantage of them as much as possible. But yeah, if you already have a big lead, try to run the ball. I agree with that one. And the way Monte Ball was doing, he was kicking some butt, and yeah, try to get the first down. Try to go for the first down. So it wasn't going our way in the second half. Just very unlucky. Things weren't going our way. I just got to say that. So, but Manning, what did you guys think of Manning? Did you think he was throwing it softly? Do you think he was throwing it too hard? What was your take on Manning? Actually, you should talk about how Manning did the first half, and then how he did in the second half.
Well, yeah, he did really good in the first half. I mean, there was some really beautiful passes, especially that one to Emmanuel Sanders. And like in the second half, there was a lot of overthrown balls. I mean, like we say, you could blame a couple of those maybe on Demaryius Thomas, but still it was overthrown, and it's unacceptable. I mean, for especially a quarterback of your caliber. I mean, especially, and like I said, and like you mentioned earlier, you got to make a statement to the rest of the league. You got to say we're not to be fucked with. We're going to make a statement to the rest of the league, and now the league's just kind of looking at us like, are the Broncos really getting that much better this year? I mean, are they a better team from last year? I mean, they're kind of questioning it, which can be good, I guess, but you got to make a statement, and overthrowing passes like that, and like I said, the stupid play calling, that's not going to help.
Does I want to kind of make a joke here? Now that Manning's like a year older, is he getting stronger? Is his arm getting stronger to where he's overthrowing the players like Demarius Thomas? Is he lifting weights more now? Okay, that's just
Well,
a
you know, Demarius Thomas did say that he was thrown harder, so I don't know. Maybe.
That's true. Yeah. Now he's throwing it so hard to where it's going out of bounds. So,
Intended for the cameraman.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, what'd you think of Manny in the first and second half?
First half, I mean, it was Manning, man being Manning. But the second half, I was like, wait, hello, where are you? What's going? I mean, yeah, like some of it could be, but I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this thing. I watched this thing on 60 Minutes. It was 60 Minutes of sports, or I don't know. But anyways, it was about the Manning brothers and how they go down and train at Duke with their college coach. But it was really interesting, and I don't know if maybe he hasn't fully connected with everyone yet, with the newer players, but the second half, it just wasn't Manning.
Yeah. I have to look back on it because he had some just not accurate throws, I think. Oh, there was a couple of them where they should have been intercepted by the Colts in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Definitely, I remember that. Like 2 of them should have freaking went to the other team. Luckily, they dropped them. So yeah, I don't know. I have confidence in this team. This team, I'm not gonna say Super Bowl yet. I'm gonna say week by week. If they can win, and this is gonna be a tough ass schedule, coming up. So he's gonna have to prove himself, and he's gonna be taking on playoff caliber teams like the Colts and like the Seahawks and many others, and I guess the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I'm not even going to say the Chiefs because they lost to Tennessee Titans today, and they looked like garbage. Actually, to be honest with you, when the Tennessee Titans beat you, it's pretty bad, and that was at their home as well. But anyways,
hold on. Let me just let's talk about since we're bringing up other games.
Yeah.
Let's talk about New England getting their asses kicked by.
Oh, can we please?
By the Dolphins. Yeah, what'd you think, Adrian?
Oh my god, dude, it's so fucking hilarious, dude. Like, every single person, I mean, with the exception of a few people, chose the Patriots to win that game, blow them out. But, even including myself, man, I didn't think it was even going to be close. But the Dolphins' defense just dominated that game. I mean, I don't know who has them on their fantasy team, but they scored a lot of points.
Or actually, that's kind of sad. I do have Miami as my defense on fantasy, and then what's kind of weird was luckily I didn't start Tom Brady, but I have Tom Brady as my backup. So I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't pick him that game, but I will be picking him next week because he is playing the Minnesota Vikings, and I absolutely think it's going to be a blowout for Tom Brady. I think he's going to he doesn't lose a lot of back-to-back games, so I'm thinking massive blowout to the Vikings, so I'll probably start him next week.
They played like they did this week, man. He ain't going to be doing anything, so I mean, that's definitely a game time, a game day decision right there.
Yeah, he was getting. I heard he had some problem with his rib or something. I don't know. He was questionable on my fantasy or whatever. I thought he was going to start regardless, so whoop-de-frickin' do. But yeah, they said it's the first time in 10 years or something like that where they're last place in their division because all the other teams won this week. New York Jets, Miami Dolphins, and I forget the other team that's in their division, AFC. Oh yeah, Buffalo
Titans
as well. Oh yeah, that's AFC South.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills, they won as well because they beat Chicago. So they're last place in their division right now.
There was a lot of upsets today, a lot of them.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy to see New England lose. So yeah, I'm not a New England fan. I absolutely hate them. So
what did you think of it, Katie, when you heard about that?
Man, I'll tell you, I had to take a quick little nap, but I heard about it, and I caught some of the game, and I was that just completely made my day. I was like, man, this is a great day in football. And especially with the interview that they kept running of Tom Brady over and over and over again, I'm not going to stop playing until I suck. It's like, all right, well, hey. But on the other hand, the last time that they lost their season opener, they did go on to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. I seen that statistic too. I thought that was that's
But
kind of lame, though. I hate stupid statistics like that. Really, I'm not a big fan of those. Or those,
yeah,
when they always like do like coincidences and stuff like that. I hate those. I hate predictions too. In my opinion, I don't mind like weekly predictions, like who's gonna win and who's not, but like who's going to the Super Bowl and all that crap, it's stupid. Because the person that's wrong doesn't really say they're wrong at the end of the day a lot of times. So, or they don't, they don't say that they're not credible anymore, making predictions like that. But yeah, New England. I was happy to see Kansas City lose.
yep.
They only got like 10 points. They didn't look that great. And then Alex Smith just got signed for 4 years with Kansas City. So hopefully they keep being mediocre and stop. They need to stop having Jamal Charles do everything on their team and actually get some wide receivers that can actually catch a ball and not drop them. Yeah, no, it's looking great so far. I guess the Chargers are going to play tomorrow night, so you get to see if we're going to be up a game against everybody if the Chargers lose. So. Oh yeah, the Raiders they lost. I thought they were going to win maybe against the Jets, but they lost against the Jets. So.
That's why I picked in my pick'em tournament. I actually picked the Raiders to win that game, so that kind of sucked. Yeah, but the thing is though, like I'm happy that they lost though. I really am.
Okay, I'll here. This is that survival pick'em thing. I'm gonna do one, and I've predicted the Minnesota Vikings beating the St. Louis Rams, just because the St. Louis Rams are so bad to where like those are the only games that Minnesota Vikings wins is against like Buffalo or Jacksonville Jaguars or Rams. I mean, or Raiders. Those are the only games they win, and that's they've been doing that for a long time. Like them beating the New England Patriots, their chances are really, really slim. I'm gonna just be honest with that. I'd love to bet anyone if they want to do a bet with me. I'd gladly accept it. But that's my take on that on this week's matchups in the NFL. So, all right, we got to talk about maybe T.J. Ward and DeMarcus Ware, how they've been doing in preseason and now this regular season game. What's your take on these players as well as Talib? We should talk about Talib as well. Adrian?
I think that they've made quite an impact. Like I said, we're going back to the whole first half, second half thing. But in the first half, man, they made quite an impact, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them throughout the season.
Yeah, what'd you think, Katie? About and all them?
I'm really excited. Like I said, I think our defense, it's a whole new game, and everybody keeps talking, and I just, okay, so we had a crappy second half, all right, but we're not, I have faith in my team. I have faith in the Broncos, and I know that they're not going to let that happen again, hopefully. As I say, I have faith, but no, I'm really excited. I think they did awesome. Some of the
the new players like Talib and T.J. Ward, how are they doing on their hits and stuff, like T.J. Ward and all them?
Well, they had some really nice hits. I mean, there was a couple of them, like, I think it was, I don't remember, I think it was in the second half where one of the receivers for the Colts, he caught it and they hit him right in the knee, and it was a big hit. He hit him, it was a nasty hit.
I think it was T.J. Ward had one where I think it was I was pretty sure it's him. So yeah, that was a pretty good hit too. So I think Talib, he's been absolutely good. I'm glad we picked him up from the Patriots. I can't think of another player we've taken from the Patriots before. I don't think they usually go to the New England Patriots to grab players, take them from. We usually don't steal players from the Patriots. I think he's been absolutely great. Talib, He had that tip that went to Raheem Moore, who got a couple interceptions this game. I think T.J. Ward, they were saying that he's like pound for pound the strongest player they have. I guess he's in the weight room a lot. I thought he's been doing absolutely great. He doesn't really have much of a personality, it seems like, but I don't really care. Like, the guy plays and performs really good from what I've been seeing. Lots of hard hits and tackling and stuff. So he's doing absolutely great.
He definitely made a big impact in the secondary.
And I absolutely think, like last year, I guess DeMarcus Ware had 0 sacks for like the first time in his career, and he already got a half a sack this game at least. And I only thought DeMarcus Ware was only going to get, going to be good for us for leadership. Talking, like I said, it's going to help out Von Miller and just chemistry wise. I think DeMarcus Ware is going to be great, and a lot of Cowboy fans. I know a few Cowboy fans, and they said they really hate having DeMarcus Ware away from their team now, and it's a loss for them, is what they're saying. So I'm absolutely happy to have DeMarcus Ware on our team. So that's my take on it. So
yeah, I'm excited. I think we did. I think we made some good picks in the off season, and I think it's gonna. I mean, we can only go up from here, as long as we keep playing like we did in the first quarter. First half. We just cannot. But even then, I think it's our defense that ultimately won us that game.
Yeah, that's
tonight.
A good question. I wanted to bring that up since we're getting it. That reminds me. Did you think the offense did better than the defense, or did you think the defense did better than the offense? Because a lot of games, it's always the offense that's holding us down. But does it seem like the defense did better this game than the offense did?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal a line from Katie, and just like she said, the defense saved us the game. And there was a lot of good stops, and like you said, Roby tipping that pass at the end is what saved the game for us. So yeah, I think they're definitely the stars of the game, but also a couple of stars too. But the defense definitely played a lot better than the offense. The offense tonight didn't look too good.
Yeah, a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of punts. It seemed like there was one where the punt was like at the very end of the end zone, like not much room to be able to kick it off. There was definitely some close calls with the punts and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, no, I think it did just fine. I think and I'm going to talk about the Welker thing. I really think we have so much depth at wide receiver. It really doesn't matter if Welker is with us or not. I mean, it's just going to help his concussion issues and stuff. That, you know what I mean? It's just going to help him out being suspended for 4 games. I didn't want to see him suspended for that reason, but it's just unfortunately, it's going to help him with his head issues and give him some rest. Probably well-deserved rest after all the hits he's taken in his career and his time with the Broncos. So, all right. Is this about the end of the show, Adrian?
I think that's pretty much about it, unless you want to have an interview.
We can do that after the show. We should talk about the upcoming game since we've never done that before.
Yeah, that's right.
It's against the Chiefs. It's against the Chiefs, so looks like
we'll just edit this part out. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the Chiefs after this.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You want me to talk about it? I'll just bring it up, and then I'll say okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll be playing against them next week. What's your take on this next game on the Broncos schedule, Adrian?
Well, let's. Okay, hold on. I fucked up. Let me try it again.
You want me to repeat that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me try and do this one because I like to do the close and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. All right, guys. So pretty much to wrap it up, we're just going to talk about the game against the Chiefs next week. So what are you guys' predictions for next week against the Chiefs?
What's your take, Katie?
Honestly, I mean, I hear a lot of people saying they're worried about it, and I mean, take it game by game, week by week, but I I'm not worried. I think that we'll go into that game, and I honestly think that we'll take them, and that'll be ours.
Yeah, I personally think Kansas City, you lose to the fucking Tennessee Titans. I mean, oh, actually, Wesley Woodyard and Sean Phillips, they play for the Tennessee Titans now. The guys some of the guys we wanted to stay with the Broncos, but yeah, Kansas City, they're coming to Denver, and the way they played against the Tennessee Titans, I could see the Broncos winning this pretty decently. I don't know if, well, from this first game that we had, hopefully it doesn't come any closer than this first game that we had. But Colts, I was concerned about. The Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not so concerned about, unless Jamal Charles has a epic game where he's scoring like 2 or 3 touchdowns at least for their team, where he does everything for their team. They're going to have to get touchdowns. That's straight up. They're going to have to get some touchdowns if they're going to, in order for them to take down the Broncos, and I just don't see it happening. Hopefully, I don't eat my words like I normally say, but I think the Broncos should be able to win this game, this next upcoming game.
All right, like my final take on that is, I'm going to remain a little bit iffy about this one because we all know that Kansas City's defense is pretty good. Maybe
this is not in Arrowhead. This is in Denver, so
we all know that it's in Denver, and we all know that it's not in Arrowhead, but it's still, we got to think, maybe they just had an off day. So I'm not going to say that the Broncos are absolutely going to win this game, but I do expect them to win. But, you got to be very careful when you're dealing with the Kansas City defense. That's all I could say, because they are on my fantasy team. They are my defense. So,
Okay.
And they scored me quite a bit of points today. So.
But quick question. I cannot see this. I cannot see the performance that the Broncos had on offense in the second half go into the Kansas City Chiefs game. I don't see. I could see that streak of them sucking or not doing so well on offense. I gotta say that's only going to last so long because this team's just so good with all the players,
right,
with Manning and all that. So do you think that the Broncos are going to suck on offense for this upcoming game against the Chiefs? Like they're straight. Like this performance in the second half could come into the Chiefs game.
No, just kind of like what Katie was saying. They're just going to look over like what they did wrong, and they did plenty wrong tonight, and they're just going to just improve from it. So, like I said, I do expect the Broncos to win this game, but I it's kind of up in the air with me. But I do expect the Broncos to win this game because, like I said, Kansas City does have a good defense, but like you said, the Broncos just improve from this game. So, yeah, that's my final take on it.
And as we all know, anything can happen in football. That's why you never leave during the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. I hate when people leave during the fourth quarter. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves because I remember when me and Jared were at the game last year, there was a lot of people leaving before the game was even over, and you just don't do that. But guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I want to thank Katie for joining us tonight, and I want to thank okay, hold on, let me try that again.
Editing.
Yeah, I just edit this part out. I'm going to try this again. So, yeah, guys, it's going to wrap up this episode. I want to thank Katie for joining us tonight.
It was fun.
And I want to thank Jared for co-hosting with me, as always.
It's great to always be on the show.
So, yeah, guys, we'll be back here next week. I think, are we going to do a pre-game game show or no?
I know I will always be up for doing a post-game show every week if it's possible.
Oh yeah, so then we'll do that then. So yeah, guys, we'll be back next week after the Chiefs game. Again, if you guys ever want to be on the show, just let us know. Just give me an email or give us a private message on Facebook or whatever. So yeah, guys, it's gonna wrap it up. Mile High Salute. Go Broncos. Mile High Horsemen. We ride together.
We die together. We never give up.
Never give up. Good night, everybody.